Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Atlanta Falcons. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set, ready? 90, wolf. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Five.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A run for Nick Chubb. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Mike, 57. Watch the run. They're running it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, it's Chubb. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Lawrence. That's out to Chubb, complete. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
On 1st down, Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On the carry, it's Chubb. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Check 26, check 26. General West.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 3, Falcons nothing.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Check the outs, check the outs.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2nd and 3. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
On the ready.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
3rd and 4.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Lawrence. It's caught. Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Off play action. Lawrence finds his tight end Ingram. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Logo.
And what's that? And what's the ball?
Following the penalty, Chubb. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Back to throw. Lawrence. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. It's first and 10 from the 12. Operating from the gun. Lawrence. Caught by Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and...
Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he stopped immediately there. Josh Jones in on the stop. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, zero, nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 16. First down, Falcons.
First down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Set. 5. Yeah, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. 5.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
We got this.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Rosen will throw. That's taken in by Callaway. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And look at this, it's a fake. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Set, 8, read.
Hey, pick your game up.
Throwing on 1st down. Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Now Chubb running right. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Set 18 Gator.
I'm scared.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Ready, set.
Come on, God, 55. Here we go, here we go. Watch the safety creep.
Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
No chance. Hey, watch it, watch it.
Recon 132 fighter. Snap.
Back to throw. Lawrence. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it first and goal.
Wide, get wide. Shift. Switch.
Shoot.
They'll run with Chubb. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They run. Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Joker. Hard. 43 to make.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And the catch made by Hilton. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for the Dolphins. And even 50 yards.
And the Dolphin first down.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Play action here with Rosen. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
43's a Mike, boy. 43. Check, 43. Quarter.
To throw is Rosen. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Now Rosen. Pressure comes and down goes Rosen.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And now it's Rosen looking. His throw caught at about the 5. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They'll come out in the pistol, and they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, it's Rosen. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
About timeout set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Chubb. And an alley to run. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Protein spill.
2nd and 9 now. And that is incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Back to throw. Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on second down. Rosen.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So third down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. Here's Rosen. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard, realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Now they go for it on fourth down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Come on, set, 8, read.
Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag.
Get it.
Now Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? A give running right is Chubb. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first.